Do you think more and more college kids are gonna not complete the education? We are already seeing this in US and jump into this
Hmm.
startup world, because one of the big advantages that I've seen is that when you're young, if you can really grind in 10 years, what you can learn in 1 year of a startup would easily be compared to maybe 3, 5, or maybe more years at an MNC, where you're just a cog in the wheel. So do you
I
think
agree.
more
No.
and more people will go down this path?
Um, so I would recommend against that to some extent, because a founder is a very unique animal. Okay, he or she has to be an octopus, right? You have to be emotionally resilient. You have to be mentally resilient, right? And you have to work very, very hard, but also take care of your health. It's a lot of mixture of opposites, right? uh, you have to commit to a path, but you have to be flexible. So I don't think it's for everybody. Okay, I think the right person would significantly benefit, perhaps by leaving school early, or not completing their bachelor's or whatever they might want. But I think for the average person, if they were to take that jump, and remember, I said the mortality rate for a startup is 70% after getting funding, after coming from a Stanford or a IIM or a Yale or a IIT, or any Bombay University, Delhi, whatever. Right? I think given how high the failure rate is, most of the people who jump into the startup world will see a failure, right? Because that's just the nature of the statistics. And then if they are not inclined, and if they fail because they're not inclined towards it, which is a very real reality, not everyone can be a founder, then their only way forward is to do a job for which they would need the degree, right? So I don't want to hype up startups to the point where people take that kind of a decision. I want to play the devil's advocate on both sides.
Correct.
If you really are emotionally resilient, mentally resilient, you can carry conflicting ideas in your head and live a life that involves a lot of stresses, but also in a calm way. I think then you might be amenable to a founder's life. Okay, and of course people learn. It's not like you have to be born that way. You People do learn on the, when there's fire, the in the iron forge, so to speak, right? But if you're not built that way, it is impossible to succeed as a founder. Okay. um, so I don't want to tell people what to do, but I would say that that's what you need to look at. Yours, are you an octopus? Are you resilient? Can you carry conflicting ideas? Can you live with stress but also slow down when necessary, speed up? All of these things are the complex things that we look at also when we talk to founders and startups. So yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Very